Welcome to Yo-Yo Hot Ones. We've got a very interesting guest here today, Colin Beckford.
Greetings.
Colin, you ready to start?
Absolutely.
Okay. First sauce is sriracha. Starting real light. Let's get into it.
It's easy.
All right, Colin. Every single time I see you stream on the internet, everyone asks, the world wants to know, are you done competing?
Nope. Next month, I believe I will be competing at the Massachusetts State Yo-Yo Contest, so making a little comeback.
Took a really long break. What was that about?
So I'm on a pretty weird school schedule, honestly. I take classes from like spring to end of summertime, like I literally just finished. So when the big contests like Nats and Worlds are happening, I wanted to compete, but I pretty much had like no time to prepare, and I didn't really want to like do a freestyle that was kind of half-baked or anything like that, especially since my last freestyle PNWR was like extremely clean. Kind of want to like top that on a good note next time I compete.
That makes sense. Freestyle is good at PNWR. It's a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Yep.
Moving on.
Number 2.
Truff. I ordered this because of an Instagram ad. I'm really going for it then.
Going all the way.
Okay, so you're gonna have to think about this one a bit. In Yo-Yo, who has the best abs? I want 2 answers. Who has the best abs combo, and who has the best physical abs? Please do not clarify which is which.
All right, 2 names.
Mm-hmm.
Best abs and best abs. I'm gonna go Ethan Chung and Andrew Bergen.
Ooh, it's a really tough choice. I'm never gonna figure out which is which between those. Moving on to the next one. Not showing sauces anymore because I didn't buy this one on Instagram. It is hotter. Now guys, the main difference between this show and many other shows you may have seen exactly like it is that the host is not very good at eating hot sauce. And I might be less composed than my guest. So I want to talk about your sponsor, Unparalleled. You do a lot for Unparalleled beyond just being a player. How did you get so involved with Unparalleled? And also, what all do you do? Tell the people.
Yeah, so I joined Unparalleled about 2 years ago now, almost 2 years. And I think it is now my 3rd sponsor in my yo-yo career. So I really wanted to kind of like step it up in terms of my role in the company. And when I joined, I kind of made that clear with wanting to help out in any way, such as like take over social media to some extent, help with ideas for a product or anything like that, and also have a pretty good stake in like who's on the team and how that stuff works as well. So I guess those 3 are my like main responsibilities right now on Unparalleled.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, it's a good time.
A lot of players don't get that deep into a company, so that opportunity is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Who found Tag Yo?
Man.
Can you take credit?
This is like it's a weird story with him because like he has a long but brief history. So his first trick was like, I remember his first trick was posted on Twitter in fall of 2017. And I think the person to actually like find him first, to my knowledge, that like I knew personally how I found about him, was actually a teammate of mine, Issei Suzuki. So he was like one of the first people on Unparalleled, and he's from Japan, now lives in the US. And I think he had shown him to the boss, Tyler Shea. And like the first trick he posted is just like still way better than pretty much tricks people are doing here in 2019. And since then, he was pretty much silent all of last year. And then at the beginning of 2019, he posted like 1 post on Instagram after a long hiatus, and it was insane. And I'm pretty sure that was what it took for him to get on the team at that point. So it took like 2 or 3 Instagram tricks. I didn't discover him, but I'm very, 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 very.
So you got onto one of the most desired teams by posting twice in 2 years.
Yep, sometimes that's all it takes.
What a god. All right, move on to the next sauce.
Number 4.
He's a better yo-yo player than me because he finishes the wings. Just like he finishes his tricks, and I do not. So, recognition's been a huge success.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure it's pretty awesome to see it tagged in Instagram posts probably every single day from people in weird countries like Greece even. So seeing your yo-yo travel all around the world's got to be really satisfying. Can you tell me about the design process? How you went about translating it from the cognition?
Yeah, so my first yo-yo with Unparalleled, as you said, was the Cognition. It was a bimetal inner rim yo-yo, and back when it was made, I was actually very into 3A, taking it super seriously. That was like winter 2018, so the beginning of the year, and because of that, when making that yo-yo, I really wanted it to be solid for 3A. Like, to me, having a yo-yo be good for 3A is more important than it being good for 1A at that time, just because 3A yo-yos kind of have more preferences that you would need in order for it to be able to be used well. And since then, I feel like with that first yo-yo, a lot of people thought it was just way too heavy. It did kind of have some sort of break-in period where you had to kind of just get used to it for a week in order for it to be comfortable. So with the second yo-yo, the Recognition, I really wanted to do something affordable. Primarily, this is the cheapest yo-yo I've had out with my name on it, so that's dope, $45. And I also kind of wanted to make it better for 1A, since I don't really do 3A that much anymore. And with that was pretty much making it a little bit lighter. So I think everyone kind of enjoyed that for the most part, and I certainly do as well.
Nice. I know I like it.
Thank you.
I like the Cognition too, but it was a bit of a brick.
Yeah, just a little.
That's fine.
A good brick is a good brick, though. Yeah.
Got a crowdsourced question here. Got to eat our next wing first, though. Okay, so earlier when we were spending time with David Ong, he asked, if you could start yo-yoing any year, what the year you started, 2011, what year do you think you would choose? What era would you like to have been a part of?
Yeah, this is actually a great question. When I started yo-yoing, it was May 2011, so that was the period after Jensen had won Worlds with that crazy freestyle. The North Star was one of my first yo-yos because of that freestyle. And I feel the first few years I was starting out, Worlds was always pretty interesting. The year I started, Marcus Coe won with that pretty controversial freestyle. Sebastian Brock had that amazing freestyle. And the next year, Mickey won. I actually went to Worlds that year. Mickey had a cool freestyle as well. But I feel it would have been awesome to be yo-yoing back in 2008, 2009 to really see players like Jensen kind of just rise up out of nowhere and win Worlds. Or see Yuki when he was still kind of in his prime competing. I feel just those 2 or 3 years before, as well as John Ando too, him winning Worlds. That was a super pivotal period in yo-yo, and that would have been cool to be around for that.
I can agree with that. I think I might choose even earlier.
Yeah, for sure.
2004.
It would have been kind of sick to see the Mickey three-peat too.
Yeah, it was a cool era. There was a lot of positive energy. Yo-Yo Jam was thriving.
True.
All right. That's a sweet answer. Now for the purple one.
Number 6.
This is a spooky one. This is when the pepper starts saying ghost and other scary words.
Blueberry.
Right on. All right, next question. You scared of blueberries?
No.
Okay, that's not the question.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Of all the big names in yo-yo, you're probably the most comprehensively involved in the competitive scene. You've organized Okay. You've organized contests, you've judged at the highest level, and you've also competed at the highest level. Not a lot of the people can say that. As far as attending a contest goes, what do you like about each of those things, but what's your favorite role to fit in at a contest?
Okay. So to start out with organizing, I've had kind of a mixed history with organizing contests. The first one I really did was 2015 Ohio State's, and that was a physical contest normal. Usually people went to the event, competed on stage, and that was a super interesting experience. I learned a lot. And that was I organized Ohio State's 2016, so I was 16 years old when that happened. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, it was really fun though. I really liked that. But also recently, along with my fellow Scales Collective people, we've been organizing the Scales Open contest, and that's been awesome because we kind of are starting completely on a different plane with how things are ran. people were like filming their freestyles, trying to hit them flawlessly for hours and sending them to us. There's like a lot of money on the table that people can win. And like overall, it's been kind of like just really awesome to have control over how things go. Through the first 2 contests, we've seen people kind of yo-yo in certain ways, take certain strategies that are definitely different compared to normal freestyle. So I really like this specifically just because I feel like it's shaping yo-yoing in some aspects.
Nice.
Yeah, and I guess now on to judging. I've been judging for a few years too, especially recently this year a lot. In 1A, this year was the first year I judged Nats and Worlds in both 1A.
Right.
And like, you too. And yeah, like it was super awesome this year because I did take a break from competing to mainly judge. Like I pretty much judged every contest I went to if I didn't compete at it. And through that, it was cool because like before this, I'm always just competing against these people I watch on stage. So like, I don't really think of their yo-yoing in a certain way. Primarily, I kind of just focus on myself when it comes to competition. So like judging them, I really get to analyze them for how they yo-yo on stage. And it's also just like super entertaining for me to see how they do because I know a lot of players practice a ton. I know some of my friends don't practice very much. So like sometimes it's just interesting.
Out?
No names, but sometimes it's just interesting to see how things go. And like, it's been a blast judging. And then on to competing. Competing's fun too, but like I said earlier, I kind of just want to like do it at my own pace. I don't really want to force anything. And I feel like my attitude with competition has changed a lot lately too. Like especially in the past year, I guess, which is only like 2 freestyles. But like my focus has definitely changed a lot with what tricks I do, with music I use and stuff. So like I really treat my freestyle as like sort of a piece of art in some way, which is kind of corny to say, but like
I get
it's
it.
just fun. Yeah, like I like to showcase like what I'm working on stage now, and like I want this next freestyle of mine to be like fun for me to do. So that's why I'm waiting.
Cool. What's your favorite to do? Might be
Oh
tough.
man, honestly, I think it's judging.
Oh.
I think so, especially judging 1A, because like nowadays it's just so tense. Like people are so close to each other in competition. It's just like super like nerve-wracking to be a part of the process, but it's also a blast.
Yeah, I can empathize with the nerve-wracking part. Maybe not the blast. No, it's cool. It's cool. Next one. This one I'm kind of scared of, to be honest with you.
Beyond Death Sauce.
Yep.
Feel Alive.
That's
Kind of
contradictory, isn't it?
conflicting here, yeah.
Time to feel alive. Now it's time for our Instagram deep dive. Come on, Matt. We have our stage assistant, Matt Poon, here with our awesome Instagram deep dive. So, this first picture, you're in Edmonton
Indeed.
with Kieran Cooper
Yup.
and Michael Curdy.
Yeah, this was like one of the most fun yo-yo trips I've ever been on.
How did you find yourself in that situation?
You know, I was in a position as a sponsored player on Unparalleled to have the opportunity to collaborate with Art on a yo-yo, the Suction, which is like one of the most fun yo-yos Unparalleled was released, by the way. And like, pretty much one day, Jensen of Art hit me up and was like, yo, like, this yo-yo is happening and it would be awesome to have you come out to Edmonton and film some tricks with it, film one of those art style videos. And like, at that point, I had felt like I was like finally in a place to where I was like good enough at yo-yo and had my own tricks to be able to pull off a video like that. So it was like an awesome opportunity. And with my schedule, I was lucky enough to like be able to go at the same time as Kieran, so he could film with the DK, the SF and Art yo-yo, and also Michael Curdy. He was like just starting Good Life at that point, so he also went to film some stuff for that.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was a great trip.
It's a pretty rare opportunity.
For real.
Those guys are legends.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up, got this picture. This is kind of ridiculous. It says you got traded to SF Yo-Yos.
Yeah.
How did that come about? What happened there?
Man, I kind of got done dirty, dude, not gonna lie. Just woke up Monday morning, first day of class, April 1st. Got a message from my boss, Tyler Shea, and he just like broke the news to me that I was traded to SF Yo-Yos.
Ooh,
And I was like,
that's rough.
"Hey, I thought my yo-yo was coming out right now." He's like, "Yeah, it is, but you're getting traded for Kieran, and his name's gonna be on it." I was like, "All right, cool." But I was on SF for a day, and I had a Cadence CB edition. That was pretty cool. There was only like 10 or less sold, I don't know. So that was fun. I had a good time working with SF on that, and yeah, I was traded back to Unparalleled the next day. So
Well, they got rid of you pretty fast.
yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't performing up to standard or something.
Mm. Next up,
Got the volume on?
I don't.
Okay.
I've got this long lived serve video that I will edit in. Can you explain this? You got on a pretty humongous YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And you were featured multiple times in the video.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen?
So outside of the yo-yo stuff, I'm a student at Drexel University. Started going to school there like 2 years ago. And when I went to school there, a few of my friends were like watching these big YouTubers. They were called Love Live Serve. They made all these like funny videos, like parody stuff, like skits, whatnot. And like, it was hilarious. So I feel like earlier this year I was watching some of their videos and I just thought like, man, like they go to my school, I should just like hit them up sometime. Like I've seen one of them like walking around campus and stuff. Like, I don't know, why not just give it a shot? So I hit them up via email through the link in their bio, and a few months later, one of them like DM'd me on Instagram, and I was like, whoa, like, okay, this is happening. So, flashback to like about a month ago now, he was like, they'd actually just graduated from Drexel this year, so they were back in town filming some stuff, and they invited me to come film a few skits for them. And that's when this video happened. It was like super fun. I actually got to hang out with them for a bit. Super cool guys.
That's awesome. You got to see into a little of their process and how they
Mhm.
make these videos.
Yeah.
Go for viral things. You can go
All day and all night.
All right. This next wing is the bomb.
Let's go.
Let's go! This tastes terrible. Not even good.
Yeah. Alright, seconded.
Took a big bite. I regret it. Okay. So like, oh yeah, David Hung's other question. What a great guy.
For real. Legend.
David Hung, our viewer question, asks, how influential was the Cleveland Yo-Yo Club on your journey and the relationships you formed there?
Man, without that, like, I feel like my yo-yo career would have been like completely different, honestly. So I was like lucky enough that when I started yo-yoing and had an interest in it, there was like a place I could just go to like learn tricks from other players and stuff like that. So that was like the first day I like went and bought a real yo-yo. I also got to learn like 10 basic tricks from like Darnell Harrison, one of like low-key best yo-yo players still. And like, yeah, so I feel like going to Cleveland Yo-Yo Club, I went like twice a week. There was like bi-weekly meetings, so
Bi-weekly?
that's twice a week, right? Not every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bi-weekly meetings.
No, that's just amazing.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
very
Yeah, it's
frequent.
very frequent. Yeah, and like honestly, I feel like that had a lot to do with like my somewhat rapid progression in yo-yo. Like, I think it closed about 2 years into when I was yo-yoing. So like at that point, like I kind of like stopped meeting up with people around the city. But like, yeah, just being able to have a resource or other people that you can go hang out with frequently and learn stuff from is huge. And I really like can't ever like. I feel like I can't repay them. Like, shout out to people like Brandon Jackson. He was like the main influence for me to get on Duncan when I started yo-yo. Glad to have achieved that goal. Other people like Steve Brown as well, big 5A guy, and also Darnell Harrison.
Kind of upset at you.
Why's that?
You're not having a very hard time with this.
I'm telling you, man, too easy.
Too easy. Right. Okay.
Last one.
Yep, last one. I don't remember the question, even though I wrote it. Sick. So, new tradition around here, since this is the first episode of Yo-Yo Hot Ones. I'd like to put a little extra on the last one.
Okay, let's do it.
So, I don't know if you want to participate. It is not optional, actually. Hopefully Gentry Stein will be on this show, so I can make him cry. Oh, you can do it. Sorry.
Sick.
If you put more than me, I will be upset at you too. But I'm upset anyway. Oh,
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, alright,
Nice.
that's fine.
Okay.
Last one.
Last one still burns. My lips are tingling. How about you? No? That's cool.
I like bit straight into the sauce for this one, so it's kind of hitting different.
This tastes better than the... Okay. Quick fire question, Colin, since this was the hot wing. Who are your top 5 most influential individual players of the 2010s?
Alright, we got Jensen, we've got Christopher Chia, we've got, oh man, Janos, Takeshi, and Zach. That's 5. I don't know, I just figured it's 5.
Any order? Who would you put at number 1?
I feel like the way I answered this question, I kind of like scanned through the years from 2010 to now. So I feel like it's really like within each time pocket. Like Jensen probably had the biggest impact since I feel like the most people were young like him after he had won.
Yeah.
But people like Zach also started a wave, especially with like innovation movement, what he was doing too, and also his world's winning and national winning freestyle. Kind of just like
Zach was almost a figurehead for making
real.
tricks.
Yeah, and yeah, like all 5 of those people are great. So.
And like Takeshi, his tricks were like so easily plug and play into other people's combos.
Yeah, and that like Chia AP freestyle to take that is like legendary. Like still one of the hardest freestyles ever.
Yeah, totally. Okay, Colin. This camera. Tell them what you're about.
You know, I'm about that unparalleled life. We got some new Yoyos coming out soon, new Recog run next month, and also the Antidote is finally coming out soon. It's our plastic collab Yoyo with Tapio. And you know, it's pretty easy to get bored with this Yoyo stuff sometimes, so get an antidote to fix that.
Ooh. The antidote to boredom.
Indeed.
Buy it.
Yes.
I'm so unhappy. It's so hot.
Dude,
Yep.
you look amazing right now, dude.
Please help me. Gentry Stein, come on my show.